Welcome to English Now Easy podcast, where learning English is fun and easy.
Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into something that, trips up almost everyone when they're learning something new. It's that one big word, consistency. We've got a ton of research here, and our mission is to boil it all down into something you can actually use.
Welcome to the English Now Easy podcast channel, where we teach English in an easy way and build that mindset to learn. We help you in your English learning journey.
Absolutely. I'm your host, and with me is our expert guide. Think of us as your navigators. We're here to help you get that knowledge and improve your fluency, but not through, boring textbooks.
Right. It's all about real, simple conversation.
Yeah, our whole approach is about making English feel real and useful. We focus on things like shadow practice, easy listening, basically ways to bring the language into your home.
So it becomes part of your life, not just a subject you study.
Exactly. It's a journey, and we want you to join us.
If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified for new upcoming videos about learning English.
Okay, let's jump in. The material today is all about consistency. And we all know that feeling, right? Day one, you're full of motivation.
This time I'm going to do it.
Yes. But the sources are really clear on this. That energy, that initial burst, it fades. And that's where most people, maybe 90% of learners, they just fall off.
It is. And our goal today is to sort of cut through all that noise. We want to pull out the best little nuggets of wisdom on how you can build a daily rhythm.
A rhythm, not a chore.
Exactly. Something soft and steady that doesn't feel overwhelming. Something that actually lasts.
Okay, so let's start with that big mental trap. Why is it so easy to stop? People start out thinking, okay, I have to study for an hour every single day.
And I'll be fluent in 6 months.
Right. And then life happens. It always does. You miss one day.
And that one day feels like a total catastrophic failure.
It does. But here's the surprising thing from the research. It's almost never about being lazy.
Not at all. It's about having these wild, unrealistic expectations. You're trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand because you demand to see the top floor on day 2.
We all want to see those huge jumps in progress right away.
But that's not how it works. Real learning, the kind that sticks, it happens quietly. You don't always notice it.
So the sources define consistency, less about how much time you put in.
And more about a psychological trait. It's about patience.
Patience. That feels like such a calm word for something that has to be so strong inside you.
Well, it is a calm strength. That's a great way to put it. Patience is what gives your learning a rhythm.
A soft, steady beat.
Yes. A beat that keeps English alive in your mind, even if you only have 5 minutes on a busy day. It's always there, in the background. The challenge isn't to learn fast. It's to learn steadily.
Just step by step.
For a long, long time.
Okay, that brings us right to the problem with big goals. If speed is the enemy, why do we all set these massive goals, like 2 hours a day, that seem designed to fail?
Because it feels good in the moment. It feels productive to set a huge goal, but really it's a barrier.
How so?
The second your brain hears 2 hours every day, it just flags it as too much to handle. It feels overwhelming.
And that feeling of being overwhelmed, it triggers avoidance. You don't even want to start.
Exactly.
You put it off. I've totally done that.
Yeah.
I tried to learn an instrument once, and I promised myself 2 hours every night after a long day at work.
Oh, that's tough.
It was a mountain. It felt heavy before I even started. I think I lasted a week.
And that's the most common mistake. The sources all agree on the solution. You need goals that are basically impossible to fail.
So you have to start small.
Incredibly small. Like, forget 2 hours, aim for 10 minutes a day. Just 10, that's it.
10 minutes feels like nothing, though. To someone who's really serious, it might even sound a little pointless.
But that's the psychology of it. With 10 minutes, you succeed. immediately.
Oh, okay.
And that little success gives you a tiny hit of dopamine, a little reward, and that's what creates momentum.
So momentum isn't about willpower. It's a reward system.
It's a natural push, like a little rolling ball that doesn't need much help to keep going.
So instead of fighting myself to get started, that tiny win pulls me forward. I sit down for 10 minutes. And because I've already started, sometimes it turns into 15 or 20 minutes without me even trying.
Precisely. You're building confidence without all that pressure. It's like watering a plant. You don't flood it once a week. You give it a little bit of water every single day.
Okay, so we've got a rhythm, we've got momentum. But now there's another monster to deal with. Forgetting everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you do your 10 minutes every day but never look back, your brain just lets it all go. It feels like writing on sand at the beach.
The tide just washes it away. Yeah. This is where we shift from consistent doing to consistent retaining.
It's not just about getting new words in, it's about making sure they stay there.
And the secret isn't studying harder. It's about reviewing smarter based on how your brain actually works.
The sources mention a specific technique for this. Spaced repetition. It sounds a bit technical.
It does, but the idea is simple. Your brain forgets things incredibly fast right after you learn them. It's called the forgetting curve.
Okay.
So spaced repetition fights that curve. Instead of, say, reviewing a new word 10 times in 1 hour, which is cramming.
Which we all did in school.
Right. Instead of that, you review it at specific, increasing intervals of time.
So what would that look like? If I learn 5 new phrases today, what's my schedule?
A really good rule of thumb from the sources is the 1-3-7 rule. You learn it today, you review it again 1 day from now.
Tomorrow?
Then again in 3 days, and then once more a week after that. Each time you're catching the memory just before it disappears, which tells your brain, hey, this is important, keep it.
That makes so much sense. So it's about timing. It's not about just hammering the information into your head over and over.
It's about strategic reminders, and there are great tools for this. You don't have to track it yourself.
Like flashcard apps.
Exactly. Apps like Anki or Memrise have this algorithm built right in. They just show you the word at the perfect time to review it. It's all automatic.
But what if you push too hard?
Yeah.
Even with a smart system. You mentioned the brain getting saturated.
Yeah, saturated. It's that feeling when your brain is just full.
Yeah.
Like a sponge that can't soak up another drop of water.
I know that feeling. You're just staring at the page and nothing is going in.
Right. And it usually happens when you're tired or stressed. That focused 5-minute review session turns into 20 minutes of frustration.
So the takeaway is quality over quantity. Always.
A short 5-minute review with your full attention is worth more than an hour of distracted, stressed out studying.
Which means put the phone away.
Face down and silent. That sharp, focused attention is what locks the memory in place. You have to demand that clarity from yourself, even for just a few minutes.
Okay, so we've handled the mental blocks. We're reviewing smartly.
Yeah.
The next level is making this all feel automatic.
Mm-hmm. Moving from discipline to flow.
How do we do that?
You elevate the habit into a ritual.
A ritual. What's the difference?
A ritual is a habit you connect to something you already do without thinking. Like, maybe you listen to a short English podcast while you make your morning coffee.
So you're not trying to find new time in your day. You're piggybacking on an existing habit.
You're using the inertia you already have. It stops being this thing on your to-do list, and it just becomes part of making coffee. A ritual is a habit with emotion, with care. It's not about pressure.
This also ties into what the sources say about focusing on the process, not the progress. That is such a hard shift to make.
It's so hard. We're all wired to look for results, but progress is just a side effect of a good process.
Can you give an analogy for that?
Think about hiking up a big hill. If you just stare at the peak the whole time, it feels impossible. You get discouraged.
Yeah, you just see how far you have to go.
But if you focus on the process, each step, the feeling of the trail, the sounds around you, you start to enjoy the walk itself. And then you look up and you're surprised by how high you've climbed.
The consistency grows in that quiet doing.
And that's also where emotion comes in. The research is clear on this. Emotion is like a super glue for memory.
If something makes you laugh or it touches you,
You remember it. You remember those lines so much longer. That emotion builds enthusiasm, that warm inner energy that keeps you coming back for more. Real consistency comes from joy, not discipline.
let's talk about environment. You don't have to move to an English-speaking country to be immersed.
Not at all. You can build your own little English world right where you are.
Now, what are some practical steps?
Start with the easy stuff. Change the language on your phone, your computer. Follow English news pages or creators you like on social media. You just start to absorb it passively.
And what about those really simple physical things? I've heard about people putting sticky notes on things around the house.
Yes. Label your mirror, your cup, your door. It sounds almost silly, but every time you see that object, you see the word. Your home becomes a silent teacher.
You're living with the language, not just studying it.
But let's be real. Even with the best environment, the best rituals, there are going to be off days.
Oh, for sure. Days when your brain just says, nope, no English today.
And this is where so many people give up for good. They break the chain.
So what's the advice for that moment?
Be kind to yourself. You are not a machine. The sources are so clear about this.
So consistency doesn't mean perfect attendance.
No. It means coming back after you rest. Missing one day doesn't erase anything. It's just a breath. It's a pause.
So the real enemy isn't missing a day. It's the guilt you feel about missing a day.
That guilt is what slows you down. You have to forgive yourself instantly and just get back to it the next day. The goal is to return to the process, not to feel bad about the gap.
What about tracking? Keeping a streak, that can create a lot of pressure.
It can be a double-edged sword, for sure. So you have to use it to reinforce the return, not to chase perfection.
So celebrate the comeback.
Yes, celebrate that you did it for 7 days, even if you missed day 8. You reinforce the habit by appreciating the effort. Give yourself a quiet, well done. That's what keeps that inner motivation alive.
So if we pull all this together, consistency really isn't about being this perfect robotic learner.
Not at all. It's about being human.
It's about finding a small, steady, enjoyable rhythm. And it's about coming back again and again and trusting that every little effort, every 10 minutes, is adding up.
Keeping that gentle rhythm alive. That's everything.
For our final provocative thought, we want you to really consider this. Think about a daily ritual you already have. It could be waiting for your coffee to brew or walking to the mailbox. What tiny 5-minute piece of English can you attach to that ritual starting today to make it completely automatic? Thank you for watching the video till the end. Like and subscribe to the channel for growing the English learning community with us. Keep that love coming to us to motivate us so that we can bring more episodes on similar kind of videos. Your journey to English learning is just a beginning. Click on more videos that we have chosen thoughtfully for you that can help you more in this journey.